Hey, welcome back to Legend of the Iron Fleet Express. This is episode 2, coming out of week 4, a week of firsts. You have Birmingham with their first loss. You had the first punt return for a touchdown. You had a first snow game. You had the first safety scored. And you have two teams, Atlanta and Memphis, getting their first win. Congratulations. But holy, was it a crazy week of firsts. Getting right into conference standings here. We're going to take a look at the East. We got Orlando, the only undefeated team left, sitting at 4-0. Then you've got Birmingham, 3-1. And then you've got Memphis and Atlanta sitting at 1-3 apiece. Both get wins this week. And both fan bases, they breathe a sigh of relief, wondering if they were going to see their team get a win. And good news for one of the fan bases, at least one of them is going to walk away with a 2-game winning streak because they take each other on this week. Moving right into the West, the race for the West is heating up. We have 3 teams sitting at 2-2. You've got Arizona, you have San Diego, and San Antonio. And that race is heating up. I'm not sure that Arizona is on the right trajectory here. Yeah, big word. But still sitting at 2-2, tied for the top. Then you've got Salt Lake City sitting at 1-3 at the bottom, but still, it's really anyone's game out there, and it's looking to be a fun race going in towards the end of the season here. So stay tuned. We'll see what happens going into the next few weeks and see if anybody can put a little separation in, and then it'll be a fight for that second spot. But as of right now, super tight out there, and it's going to be fun to watch. All right, everybody's favorite segment, the Power Rankings. Last week I went with Godzilla Monsters. This week I go with pizza. Different types of pizza, different style. So first off, we've got Chicago Style Supreme, the top of the line, best pizza there is. And I got Orlando sitting there at number 1. I mean, 4-0, the only undefeated team left. They've got a defense that can stop opposing offenses. They've got an offense that can adapt and overcome what a defense is giving them. The head ball coach, he's doing a fantastic job. They're able to go on the road and get wins. They're winning at home. They're just winning. And yeah, number 1, there's nothing else you can really say about Orlando right now. Number 2, kind of a surprise team. I was pretty low on them last week, but they jumped up. I was pretty impressed with what they were able to do, especially against that stingy Birmingham defense. Yep, you guessed it, San Antonio. I got them sitting at Costco Pizza. Best bang for your buck with these guys. They're not flashy. They're not the most impressive, but man, they do the job. They get the job done. They're winning against some decent teams. I mean, they've got one win against San Diego, and now they've got a win against Birmingham. Handed Birmingham their first loss of the season, first loss ever. So yeah, they've got enough things to be competitive with any team, but at the same time, when they're prepared incorrectly, they are just kind of a mess that's underwhelming. Number 3, I got Birmingham. They're sitting at number 3 this week. Still have the second best record, but they lost to San Antonio. And I put them half meat lovers and half cheese. Why? Meat lovers, you got all that meat. You got everything that you could possibly want. No vegetables, just that big, meaty flavor blast of pizza. And on the other side, you got cheese, your most basic pizza that the 3, 4, 5-year-olds like to eat. It's pizza, but it's just your basic, okay, yeah, this is enough to be a pizza. We don't want any more flavor than this. And that's their offense. Their offense is basically there to hold on to the ball until their punter gets on the field. They have not been able to consistently move the ball except for the second half against Atlanta, and that's just not going to cut it. We'll see what happens, but that defense is good enough to get them some wins. And yeah, Birmingham drops one spot to number 3. We'll see what happens after this week. Number 4, and this stuff, trust me, it seems insane that I've moved this team up to number 4, but with a new quarterback, this team looks legit. They look like they can go toe-to-toe with pretty much anybody, and that would be Memphis. And I've got them at Domino's. I've got them there because at one point Domino's was looking like they were going to fold. Like, it was just, there was no hope. Everything was going to be terrible. They might even go under. And then somebody new steps in, and there's light at the end of the tunnel. And that's basically Memphis. They were in despair. Outlook was bleak. In steps Mettenberger, and boom, they get their first win. And their defense is stepping up, and they're playing like a team, and they just look like a brand new franchise. They look different than they did under Hackenberg. So that's why I've got them at number 4. They look legit. They look like a very tough outing for anybody. Number 5, I got San Diego. San Diego drops from 3 to 5. My reason is I don't know what they are without Philip Nelson. And Philip Nelson will not be back this week against Salt Lake City. So I got them at number 5 at Pepperoni Pizza, because pepperoni, it's just basic. It's not bad. It's not amazing. At one point, it was seen by you as just the be-all, end-all of what pizza should be. But now that you've seen other pizza, you realize that there's more out there. And San Diego is just right there. They're kind of average right now. We'll see what happens with a week to get prepared. That team might surprise us, but right now, I don't know what they are without Philip Nelson, excuse me. Their offense really sputtered. Yeah, they had one nice touchdown pass, but after that, Memphis just kind of shut them down, and then Memphis took over. So, yeah, they're just kind of there. They're number 5. They're hanging around, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, number 6, we got Atlanta at French Bread Pizza. I like French Bread Pizza. It's not bad. It'll do in a pinch, but it's not the real deal. And that's kind of where I see Atlanta right now. They went out to the desert. They got their first win. Congratulations. Sims was their starting quarterback again. Looked awful again. Murray comes out and does an okay job. Their kicker ends up winning the game for them, which, I mean, kudos to them. They had to get in position to kick that field goal. But at the same time, they didn't really do much on offense, and Arizona's defense really isn't that great. So they're kind of on the border. They're right there with San Diego. You don't really know how good they're going to be. Are they going to be a legit threat, or are they just a team that's going to beat bad teams or beat average teams when they're having a bad day? So I've got them at French Bread because, like I said, it'll do in a pinch, but it's still not the real deal. Number 7, I'm sure you guys are thinking this is Arizona. No, not Arizona. I got Salt Lake, and I got them at Pizza Pockets because they're kept in a freezer. Northernmost team, it's cold there. And even after having time to warm up, like an entire game, they still come out cold. You know, you've eaten a Pizza Pocket, you put it in the microwave, cook it, comes out frozen in the middle. That is Salt Lake. Sometimes they come out and they're awesome. A lot of people like Pizza Pockets. I like Pizza Pockets. They're all right. But these guys are coming out cold, not really doing a lot, and it's why they're 1-3. They are a better team than 1-3, but they've got to figure out how to play consistently. And number 8, I've got Arizona, and they are Meltdown Pizza. Started off super excited. Hey, it's pizza night. All right, guys, it's pizza night. I'm super pumped. This is going to be awesome. Things have taken a turn for the worst. might be time to change something up. Might be time to call out for delivery here. Arizona is a mess. They are in shambles. They need to figure out what is going on. They started off 2-0. They have now lost their last 2 games. And one of them to Atlanta, who was winless. And they lost that at home. Arizona does not look like the same team everybody thought they were going to be. But for right now, I've got Orlando beating the Iron in Birmingham, all because Orlando firing on all cylinders. Birmingham needs to find an offense to be competitive with Orlando. I don't see it happening this week. I don't. I don't see it happening this week. Next game up is Salt Lake City and San Diego. I got Salt Lake winning this one. Why? Tough as nails defense, and the Fleet have too many injuries. Next up, we've got Memphis versus Atlanta. I don't know. This is a tough one to call. I'm going to call it anyway, but this one's really tough. I think it's going to be a fun game to watch because I think Murray's going to have a better week after he gets a full week of first-team reps, and I just have a feeling this is going to be like the fun game of the week where the points are going to be scored and it's just going to be kind of a back and forth battle. So that's what I see out of this. I'm picking Memphis. I just see their defense is a little bit better and their offense can get in the end zone. And they've been doing it consistently. Atlanta's has not. All right, and the final game is San Antonio versus Arizona. I've got San Antonio. They're just a more complete team right now than Arizona. Arizona is just lost. They've got to find themselves again. They've got to get that swagger back. They've got to figure something out because right now they are in a tailspin. And if they do not climb out of it within the next couple weeks, they're going to end the season with 2, maybe just 3 wins. All right, bold prediction of the week. Last week was Salt Lake was going to hand Orlando their first loss, and I was epically wrong on that one. Kudos to Orlando. You did what a lot of people thought you were not going to be able to do, which was go out, play in the cold, play in the snow, and beat a team that was used to being in those elements. Kudos to you. Kudos to Steve Spurrier and his staff for getting that team ready. Good-looking ball club. Fun to watch. That was a good game. This week's bold prediction, I'm going to pick on my Iron a little bit. Now, I like the Iron. I like the defense. That Iron Curtain is legit. You cannot deny that. 7 plays in a row, stuffing an opposing offense from the 2 to go into the end zone. That's legit. That's impressive. But that offense is terrible. They have been leaning on Trent Richardson. Teams are keying on Trent Richardson. When Richardson's in, they are just plugging the middle. And what is our offensive coordinator doing? Oh, let's run up the middle. And then to surprise these guys, we're going to run up the middle again. It is not working. 2.3 yards per carry is terrible. Yes, he has more touchdowns than anybody in the league. He's also getting the ball inside the 5-yard line more than anybody in the league. So, yeah, big bruising back, strong dude. I love Trent Richardson. His effort is great. This is not a jab at Trent. I like the guy. I really do. He blocks hard. He runs hard. But we're just not getting any production out of him. My biggest bold prediction this week is Ladarius Perkins is going to get more snaps than Trent Richardson. He was out there. He was a weapon. running good routes, catching the ball, running to the outside, getting to the edge, picking up yards. I mean, the dude was a weapon out there for Perez. So I see Ladarius Perkins seeing significantly more playing time to the point where he is getting more snaps than Trent Richardson. I still see Trent getting the ball. If Birmingham gets inside the 5, Trent's going out there. He's going to do his bulldozer thing into the end zone. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Score a 2-yard touchdown. Score 50 of them. That's great. That's wonderful. I don't care. Score points. Get in the end zone. That's the whole objective of the game, is to get into the end zone. But Ladarius Perkins is going to be more of an asset to this team in the future than Trent Richardson has been so far this season. That's my bold prediction. Ladarius Perkins getting more snaps than Trent Richardson.